What's up, everybody? Here at you with another episode of the Slackercast. I'm Greg.
I'm Lawrence.
And I'm Dustin.
Dusty the Great.
Dusty with the good hair.
So what's up, guys? What's been going on this week?
Not much.
Lawrence, we just had an interesting thing happen on Dashing with Greg.
Yeah, we weren't recording that part, though. So
No, we weren't. Dustin, you're going to like this. So I was 2 hours late for an order.
Because he did a triple order. I told him not to do
on a
that
waiter
shit.
order.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
What's up,
2
dude?
hours.
Dude, this chick was pissed.
I would be pissed too.
Because
2 hours?
Because what happened was well, first off, Aztecas never has the shit ready. So first off, they were late on getting the food ready.
Yeah, that's true. They
not 2 hours late. Man.
So it took I always end up waiting forever there, but so it was more like an hour and a half late probably. But I had 2 DoorDash orders, and because DoorDash will fucking flag you. I did those first, but they were on the opposite end of Gulfport. So I did those, and by the time I got back to her, I go and I try to be sneaky.
Yeah.
And I want to drop it off at her door and then run away before she fucking.
But her porch lights turn on so quick as soon as he's up there.
It's like she was waiting on me, dude. So I drop this shit off. And I start to head back to the vehicle. I get in there, and she comes outside and she's flagging me down, holding the food.
No, this is the part that's fucked up. Was like we were all laughing and giggling about the shit, and she came out and the car light in his car. Because his door was still ajar, so the light was still on his car. She sees me like pie eating grin on my face. I was giggling and shit about to take off, and she's immediately just pissed. Tell him what she said, Greg.
So I roll down the window, and she's like, "I don't want this." She's like, "It's been 2 hours," and I'm like, "Yeah, I know." I was like, "I'm sorry about that. Waiter sent me 2 orders, and one of them was on the opposite end of town, and I just got delayed."
Take it back.
Made excuses. I just apologized to her. Made excuses. Made it sound like I gave a shit that her order was late. But
no, you try to immediately turn around and be like all professional after you just got caught laughing about being late.
So I'm like, I get in the car, and she's like, I'm already in the car, and she's like, well, I'm gonna go for a refund. You can take this. I'm like, no. I was like, go ahead and keep the food, and just go ahead and get your refund. I was like, keep the food, get your refund. She's like, no, I don't want it. She's like, I don't want this.
She said, you eat it, throw it away. Just take this back.
Yeah, she's like, so then I look at her weird, and I'm like, okay. So I get out of the car and I grab the food. I'm like, all right, I'll take the free food, bitch. Go get your fucking refund.
What the fuck? I'd at least keep the food.
That's what I'm saying. I'm like,
that's what I would have thought.
And it was you know what sopas are, right?
Yeah.
Like the beat, like basically like tacos, but on like the flatbread type thing.
Yeah.
That's what I was munching on before we went live.
No, but Greg, what was dumb was why did you stop and try to wait for her to come to your car? Because you could have just took off like we didn't see her. And then your excuse was you thought she was going to tip you for being 2 hours late.
No, I didn't think that. I just said that, dude. I knew she wasn't about to tip. I knew she wasn't a bitch. I was just gonna look. I figured I fucked up and I was so late with her food. I can at least give her an explanation. Yeah, no, I'll take the punishment.
Not me. I would have took off. I would have fucking dropped that shit and fucking acted like I never saw her.
Doesn't leave a bad review. Bye, bitch.
When I first started DoorDashing, one time I put somebody's drink. You don't think about like people's other door, like when they have 2 doors, like a screen door. And I had put his drink in front of the screen door, and he opened the screen door and knocked his drink over. And he tried to chase me. He tried to flag me down. Hey, and I was like, yeah, and I just backed up and took off. He was like chasing me down the road. I was like, fuck this.
It's great, man. Because
you're an asshole for that, by the way. If you know the door opens outwards, put it to the side of the door.
I didn't think about it. It was when I first started DoorDashing. I wasn't thinking about it. I was just like, drop the food at the door and go.
I never understood the whole leave it at my door. I'll get it when y'all leave. Because what if someone jacks your food? You just leave it on the porch. Bugs get in it or something. I don't like that.
Because you're supposed to get it immediately. Like you get a text. I order DoorDash all the time, so you get a text immediately. You actually get a text when they're in your neighborhood. And then they're coming around, and I'm the creepy guy that stands in the window and watches you put the food on the thing, and then I'll wait for you to leave, and then I'll open the door.
Oh, you're that guy.
Yeah, I'm that guy.
Well, like this chick had one of those like sensor doorbells, so I know like she was probably inside doing whatever, and then as soon as that thing went off, she probably popped up and ran to that fucking door. She's like, this motherfucker's mine.
And the way she was holding the bag, you knew it was bad news because she was like dangling it like it was trash. She's like, take
It was
this
trash
back
to her
now.
apparently because like on DoorDash, like one time, like not just recently, I got a McDonald's order and it was they didn't put my fucking French fries in the bag, and I like complained to DoorDash and they refunded me my entire purchase.
Oh, nice.
Just because they forgot the fries.
Keep the food, man. Let's see. What's up, Ben Grimm?
Yeah, well, the consensus in the chat is that she should have kept the damn food, and I agree with her. I
Yeah,
mean, I
it's
agree.
silly.
Yeah.
Not.
It's stupid
You're
to
gonna
not
get-
keep the food.
You're gonna get your money back either way. So
And I just reheated them in the air fryer, and they were delicious. So
She was trying to make a point.
whenever they
like,
fuck up, I just always do the credit, and that way I have more DoorDash credit whenever I want to DoorDash.
But Greg, let me ask you this. And we had this discussion in the car. We said, was she right to be angry?
oh yeah, she had every right in the world to be angry.
She had every right to do that.
I completely botched that delivery. That's all. That's on me. And I'm sure I'll probably hear about it from waiter. But
You're
I've
probably
done some-
banned.
no, I've done so many good deliveries, man. They're not gonna ban me off of one bad experience. I can make up fucking. I had a flat tire. That's all I gotta say.
Good point.
And then they'll just give me the whole spiel. Well, you know, next time if something like that happens, just give us a call, and we'll communicate with the customer so we can refund them, like whatever. You know what's funny though is when the waiter lady called me when she was checking on that order. Remember, she was like as nice as can be. She was understanding. She's like, oh well, thank you for taking the second order. But yeah, just we were just calling to check on the status of the order. I'm like, yeah, I'm on my way to her.
It's kind of weird they can track you, though. I mean, I get they're supposed to, but I don't like that. That being tracked shit. It's kind of
See,
weird.
I don't think they can on waiter like on the customer side.
Oh,
Yeah, you don't see it on the waiter app. You can on the DoorDash though.
yeah, DoorDash especially. They'll be waiting outside with their iPads. Just
Dude, like Grubhub sucks now, dude. Like I got like $7 orders again tonight, and like their pay scale is changed. I
Yeah,
need
they
to go do
probably
some
realized
research on
that they probably realized that they were paying people too much because everyone else doesn't pay people like that. So
Oh, let's
they
see what Ben
changed the
Grimm
way
said.
they do things.
You see this? Any of y'all done that?
No. Whenever I order DoorDash, it's always late at night at like 11:30 or 12. Whenever I'm just like hungry or something, still
When I
awake.
order any food, it's like a big event, so I'm waiting at the door. Like I don't go anywhere. You know what I mean? If I'm gonna go somewhere 2 hours, I'm just gonna pick up food and drive through. I'm not gonna.
Well, I have never ordered DoorDash because I live in the fucking sticks, but
Because they don't fucking deliver to your house.
Grubhub will. Dude,
I bet they will. They'll go anywhere.
I've got some long ass deliveries for Grubhub.
Dude, where you live now is so far out.
It's really not that far.
It's
You just-
far.
Well, Greg, you're about to get a new house. I don't know if you mentioned that on the stream yet.
Yeah, I'm supposed to close October the 6th, so
What's funny is you're still outside of the limits for DoorDash. So
no, I'm outside. No, I'm outside the limits for like if I go online, like on the dash, like if I'm doing DoorDash, I'm right outside the limit there. But they'll still deliver out there.
What's up, Jess?
What's up? I gotta. So you're moving soon, but I got a question for y'all. Do you think it's fucked up that I'm paying movers to move my apartment from one apartment to the other to another apartment in the same
No.
complex?
Not at all. Because honestly, I thought about whenever I was looking at the U-Haul prices and like that little screen pops up for the movers, and I saw the rates. I was like, this would be a lot easier if I just hire these guys.
Yeah, that's what they're for. So I don't.
We
blame
got a
you.
quote the other day. It was like, I think it's going to be like about $400, and that's
Yeah,
to just move furniture.
Well, yeah, because they charge like $100 an hour.
What's up, Corey?
Yeah, it's by the hour, and like it also goes like by the item. So we got it all our like heavy furniture, couches, all that shit. But we're gonna move all the boxes and shit ourselves because it's literally like 2 buildings down.
Well, also like if they like they're going to get their rate. Like, they're going to be on for 3 hours or whatever anyway. And if they finish that shit in an hour and a half, they're still getting that 3 hours worth of pay, just like a mechanic.
Yeah. They're like, we can disassemble and reassemble your furniture for you. And I'm like, nah, just
your robot. Your mic is fucked up. Yeah.
Let's go with this. Better.
Sounds kind of cool.
Robot wars have started. All right, so
want to talk football or?
Let's talk about football before we jump into wrestling because there's a lot of wrestling to touch on. Anything of noteworthy this week to you in NFL, Dustin?
Well, the Patriots are going to be mediocre at best football team this year. This week we get the Brady homecoming, which will be probably a disaster. It's probably going to whoop our ass.
Oh, that's going to be so the Bucks play the Patriots. That'll be the game to bet on.
Bucks play the Patriots in New England. So
you think they're going to boo him?
No, I don't think so.
I'll cheer for him.
I don't know though, but I will say I was just having a talk with somebody about this the other day, and I was like, when Brady left, I was like, it's cool. Like we were rebuilding. He wanted to go try to win one more Super Bowl, but now it seems like that motherfucker is going to play for another 5 to 10 years.
That's what I was saying.
Now it's like
just last year.
Now I'm like, well, kind of like fuck that dude.
That's your hero. That's Tom Brady.
I know I have such a dilemma with that whole thing. So
well, you know what? Now you know exactly how I felt when Peyton left the fucking Colts.
Yeah. But he only played two years after that though.
It doesn't matter. That's 2 years he could have been with the fucking Colts, and he won a Super Bowl within those 2 years.
Yeah.
But Greg, didn't they kick him off the Colts because his neck? They were like, we don't want him back. We'll just make him retire.
It was the same thing with Brady, man. It was all about money.
It was kind of a mutual thing. Brady was kind of the same thing.
They always say that. They always say it's a mutual thing. But you know what? What's mutual is, hey, we're not going to pay you as much as you want. He's like, oh, well, I want this much. So they mutually
ultimately with Brady,
how much to get paid.
I think it was the team they weren't going to put what he needed around him. He had a really shitty year the year before he left. So I think he was just done.
Poor Tom, who's won how many fucking Super Bowls?
7 now. Yeah, well, the Rams beat him. The Rams beat him this week, so.
Ew, Jess, you're a Bills fan? The heck?
What's wrong with the Bills, dude?
Yeah, ain't nothing wrong with the Bills. The Bills is great. Bills fans are great. And
that's my
AFC East guy.
Yeah, since the Colts suck, I'm actually rooting for the Bills.
Okay. Yeah, some new faces in there. New teams.
I'm actually going to look up the standings real quick, and we'll comment on those from there. Since me and Dustin can never get this show going, I guess we could make some predictions.
I got this sick Josh Allen card, Jess.
All right.
No,
so
I was messing, Jess. I'm indifferent.
So in the AFC, I don't know why I'm losing my voice right now. But in the AFC, we got the Bills leading the AFC East at 2-1. Everyone else is 1-2, 1-2, and 0-3. Dolphins, Patriots, and Jets.
The Jets. That's the 0-3 team.
In the AFC West, we got the Raiders and the Broncos leading over there.
They're both
with the Chargers. Chargers tailing them not far behind at 2-1. The Chiefs are bottom of that division right now.
Yeah, because they lost. I think they lost twice. Are they 1-2?
Oh, there you go. I was gonna say you started roboting again.
About to just unplug this thing.
As long as you don't echo.
Are the Chiefs 1-2?
The Chiefs are 1-2.
Oh yeah, because they lost like last minute of the last game.
Yeah, they're on a 2-game losing streak.
That's crazy.
And we got the AFC North with the Bengals leading of all people. Bengals. I mean, it's 3-way tie. Bengals, Ravens, and Browns.
They're all 2-1. How about that 66-yard fucking field goal by Justin Tucker for the new NFL record?
That's like that would be like 6 points in fantasy. That's like a touchdown in fantasy. You would have got 6 points for that.
Yeah, and he's my fantasy kicker on both my fantasy teams.
What?
Yeah. He kicked, and the kick was perfect, and it hit the crossbar. It hit on the crossbar and bounced forward. So it was just like the perfect kick, dude.
And in my AFC South, Titans are leading with the Texans 1-2, Colts and Jaguars 0-3.
Oof.
Colts are 0-3, just like my fantasy team.
Well, maybe you can turn that around with this trade.
So which conference? NFC, we got NFC East. Cowboys are leading with Washington following, and Eagles. It's not much there. Rams and Cardinals though in the NFC West, both at 3-0.
I like the Rams, man. The Rams look good against the Bucks.
Packers 2-1 with Aaron Rodgers, who hates his life right now.
I don't know, man. That was another good game. He drove them up the field, 2 big plays, got them in field goal range, and won the game with 2 seconds left. He had to run up and spike the ball. I think he just hates the media right now, which is understandable.
He's too much of a professional to just botch games like people thought he was going to do. You know.
So here's the question for y'all: do you think the Panthers are for real?
I don't know. I think the teams in the NFC are the 2 best teams in the NFC right now are probably either the Rams or Cardinals, or the Bucks. Like those are the 3 best teams in the NFC.
Why does Sam Darnold look like he was the bully quarterback at his school, in high school?
That's what everybody says. He looks like a 1980s movie bully.
Yeah, he does, man.
Throw his picture up there. Let's see.
All right, let me find one. Actually, I can do it easy because I think he's on our. I'll pull it up from ESPN. I already got that loaded up because I was looking at Dustin's trade. Dude, he does. He looks like a fucking bully. All right, here we go. Look at that.
Oh yeah.
Dude looks like a bully.
Dude, he looks like Red Herring from fucking Scooby Doo. A pup named Scooby Doo, a little bully guy that was in there.
Or
the red hair, man.
He looks like the villain from The Incredibles.
yeah. Forget Syndrome.
Yeah.
It's probably going around just like bullying all the people in the locker room, just smacking them on the head and shit. Like, what are you gonna do about it?
I don't know. I still think it'll be Cardinals or Bucks coming out of the NFC.
And to go to the
Super Bowl.
So give me your picks right now. NFC Championship, AFC Championship.
Probably Rams, Cardinals, or Rams, Bucks, and Bills and Chiefs again. And I don't know.
It's probably going to be, honestly, like I think I'm not convinced with the Rams yet, to tell you the truth. I would love that to happen. I'm gonna go crazy here. I'm gonna say because of this story with Aaron Rodgers, I'm gonna say it's gonna be Packers and Bucks in the NFC. And AFC, I think the Bills are finally gonna get back there. So it'll be probably Bills, and everyone else is horrible looking. I'm gonna say Bills and Raiders, man.
Yeah, the Raiders look good.
Because Derek Carr is balling out.
Hopefully he doesn't get hurt. That's what always happens to him. He always seems to get hurt when he's having a good year.
All right, so Extreme Rules, Lawrence.
Extreme Rules. A lot of people had some issues with it. Was it the best? No. Was there stuff that stuck out? Yes. Did you see it, Greg, or did you not see it yet?
I did watch it. I wasn't very happy with it.
You weren't happy with it.
You want to know what the only thing I really liked about the whole thing was?
Go ahead.
Roman Reigns' entrance.
His 30-minute long entrance. Let's see the Undertaker now. It's like his entrance. Dude, tell him how long his entrance is.
You could order a takeout pizza, go pick it up, and come back, eat a slice, and he's still going to be at the top of the rampway, not walk to the ring yet.
What was he doing? Was he doing like a Undertaker type thing?
Oh, you
Where-
haven't seen the new Roman Reigns entrance?
No, is his entrance like that all the time?
Dude, every time he comes out, you gotta. I'd like to pull it up on YouTube, but we'll get a
You'll get
copyright
pulled,
strike
yeah.
if I do. So
I'll have to go watch it.
It's funny because
Yeah.
like the last time I'd seen Roman Reigns, everyone hated him, and he came out to the Shield music. Remember that? Dun, 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 dun. Yeah, I liked it because it was such trolling music because everyone hated him at the time. But his new one, he's like completely revamped, dude. He's like badass now.
he's the only reason worth watching WWE right now to me. Honestly.
That's what a lot of people say.
'Cause
But a lot of people, what's funny is a lot of people used to hate on him. They hated his wrestling style. They were always like, "Oh, he's too stiff. He doesn't move well. He's boring." And now he's like, now he's carrying the damn company.
Yeah, like touching on what Dan said here. The thing that bothered me, like, I remember the first time I saw the demon thing with Finn Balor, I thought it was cool. I was like, okay, this is unique. I like this. And then, like, it's like once you see it a couple more times after that, it turns from cool to lame, like really fast. Like, and then in this match, like, when he came out to Rome and fought with Roman, he kept doing like this, like, I don't know, like this demon persona thing where he'd like constantly be doing like, and I'm like, dude, you're a fucking human. What are you doing?
God, that's funny.
But like, it just wasn't working for me, man.
Did you like the resurrection stuff? Like when he was coming back?
I will say that was cool.
That was cool. I did like that.
I was talking with a buddy of mine. I was like, the resurrection shit was awesome. But I knew going into that match there was no way in hell Finn was taking that belt off of him.
Yeah, this is one of the things I wanted to say about it was like it felt like all the heels won that night. What do you think? Like all the people, with the exception of like Damian Priest, everyone else.
Yeah, because Charlotte won, Becky won.
Yeah,
but I mean, is Becky really a heel?
Yes.
So does he just like slow walk down the ramp?
Roman won.
Dude, his entrance is so long; it's like 5 minutes every time. But it's good because the music is epic. I love it, but it's funny to comment on because of how long it is.
And there's no like theatrics to it either. It's just like
it's just him being badass. And like it's even got the thing to where Paul Heyman will come out with the belt at first, and he hands it to him, and
that's what I'm watching right now.
Yeah, he's like slowly.
Jesus.
But I love it, dude. Like
it's funny. So does Paul Heyman talk for him like he used to for Brock?
I don't know, Ben, because I got into New Japan after all of that era, so I got in there like towards the end of the Kenny Omega era when he took over.
Dan said
him and the Young Bucks. So
he's always done that demon stuff.
But you know what? He
did it in NXT too.
But in New Japan, it was probably better. Like it feels more like comic-y and kiddie in WWE for some reason.
Because it's WWE.
Well, I mean, and from what I heard in New Japan, like whenever he did the demon stuff too, like his wrestling kicked up a notch. Like he would do like crazier shit as the demon than he would as Prince Devitt.
Well, I know in the WWE video game when he was still in NXT, when he would sometimes come out as Finn Balor and sometimes come out as the demon, and his wrestling would be different.
Yeah, and well, you know what? I'm glad Ben brought up New Japan because, man, the fucking G1 is I gave you my login, Dustin. Did you even fucking use it?
Not yet. I'm trying to move and pack and all that shit. So I know really watched any TV.
Actually, my wife is doing all the packing. I can't take any credit for that.
Great. Before you move on to New Japan, like, what was your favorite match of Extreme Rules? Like, what do you think the best one was?
The best match on the card?
Mm-hmm.
I'm trying to remember all of them, honestly. There was one that stuck out to me, but I can't remember what it was. Because honestly,
isn't that great.
I skimmed through most of it as I do with WWE. Man, my fucking nose is so itchy.
All that cocaine.
Probably. I'd be a lot skinnier if I did cocaine. All right. But no,
So-
honestly, I thought the whole event was lackluster. Probably if I had to pick one to stand out, the steel cage match. Wasn't there a steel cage match? Or was that Raw? That was Raw.
Yeah, I was like trying to make sure I didn't miss something. Maybe I was skimming through it. I remember Steel Cage. There was that three-way match, between Damian Priest.
I hated that. I skipped to the end of the finish of that match. I hated it.
And Sheamus. That dude's still going strong. I forgot about that dude.
I do like Damian Priest, though. I will say that, but I don't care for triple threats that much anymore, honestly.
What about the Charlotte and Alexa Bliss match?
Skipped it. Skip to the finish. I mean, you're free to comment on any of this stuff, man. It's not just my opinion here.
I mean, I liked it. It seemed it had a good story to it, but like I said, whenever I kind of took breaks in between it. So, like, did we lose Greg, or is he just picking his nose or something?
No, I think we lost him.
You didn't lose me. I'm still here.
Hey, you got the trophy. Hey, that's the fantasy trophy in your hand. The old fantasy trophy.
Oh, that's the one y'all had built, huh? And he's got the
belt
too.
One we had made with the.
I just wasn't going to stay on camera as I shoved toilet paper up my nose to try to clear it out.
Yeah, but Greg, didn't you see Charlotte rip up the doll? She ripped up.
Yeah, that's the stupid shit in wrestling I don't want to fucking see. Oh my god,
crazy.
she tore up her stuffed animal. I'm crushed.
Mhm.
Then Alexis
And they were
cries
cheering
like a fucking
for
baby
it.
in the ring.
Yeah, they were cheering for it, man. They were like, "Thank you," whatever that doll's name is. I forget.
Actually, I'll tell you, the best match on that entire event to me was Becky versus Bianca. I did watch all of that.
That was a great match, yeah. Because spoiler alert, but Sasha Banks' return was pretty epic. That was great.
And you know me, for me to say that women's match was the best match on the card is Actually, I'm not going to take away from that Finn and Roman match. The match itself was pretty good. Like whenever they got past all the theatrics in the beginning. So I'd say you'd have to tie those two for the best match of the evening.
Yeah, thanks, Ben. It's Lily. That's the name of the doll.
The tag match with the Usos and New Day wasn't bad neither.
What do you think of them putting the strap on Big E?
It's deserved. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not really into it yet. Like I'm not feeling it. But I wasn't at first with Bobby Lashley neither, and then that grew on me really fast. But Big E's growing on me quick because he's doing exactly as he should do with Big E. He has a goofy persona, but then he also can kick it in the serious mode when he needs to. So it's not bad. I like it. It's deserved.
Gotcha.
I don't think he's a big enough name, honestly.
Yeah, that's the thing with me. Is like I don't see him outside of New Day. I don't see him as escaping that sort of undercard.
Like if you went up to someone who's a casual wrestling fan, they might not even know who the fuck he is.
I just know that he's from New Day.
Yeah.
Yeah. Speaking of which, Dustin, have you so you basically only been watching AEW, right?
Yeah, and I just started this week basically.
So you
With
said
Rampage.
you thought you watched Dynamite and you watched Rampage. You were actually, I was shocked. You were
Dynamite,
excited. Yeah, you were excited for Rampage because you was like me waiting on Rampage.
Yeah, because I watched Dynamite and that fucking Bryan Danielson Kenny Omega match was fucking incredible.
Let's discuss that because that's what I was waiting for.
Jump right into it.
That shit was awesome. Like it made me feel things about wrestling that I haven't felt in 20 plus years.
Dude,
sure
I felt like that with AEW all week since I've come
I'm
back.
sure Ben will agree with me here. If you liked that Bryan Danielson Kenny Omega match, you'll love New Japan because you get matches like that over there all the fucking time.
That was the kind of match that reminded me of like on Monday nights when I was a kid, sitting down and watching wrestling.
Monday Night Wars.
Those fucking classic matches that had you on the edge of your seat the whole time. I mean, I knew that it was going to end in a 30-minute time limit draw. I mean, that was pretty obvious, but dude, they just put on a fucking show, and it was the first match. So it's like, Sucks you right
the
in,
opening
dude.
thing.
You're like,
Well,
fuck.
like this was kind of your introduction to Kenny Omega. So how do you like him as a character?
I mean, the thing about AEW, and I guess maybe because I'm only a weekend, is I'm still trying to like figure out all the storylines and the characters and the who the wrestlers are. Because really, I only started watching AEW because CM Punk. So
Right.
because I was a huge fan of his back in the day before he was even in WWE. So him coming back is what drew me back into AEW. So I'm still trying to learn all the characters and who's who and what's the storyline. And
I'm going to tell you
so I
something
don't
you
really
need to
know
look
that
up.
much about Kenny Omega's character.
I'll tell you something you need to look up. If you enjoyed that match, go back and watch Kenny Omega versus Kazuchika Okada, 1 and 2, both of those matches. Like one of them is you're not going to be able to watch the whole match in one sitting because it's like a fucking hour long. Hey, Jamie. But
Hey.
yeah, but those matches are just like that Bryan Danielson and Kenny Omega match, only actually better, in my opinion.
And that was already great. So
yeah, those matches, like that was my introduction to Kenny Omega because I heard everybody talking about him. So I went and checked out those matches, and I became an instant fan because I'm like, holy shit, dude! I was like, where has this wrestling been? That's what got me into New Japan. Honestly, I was like, this is what I've been wanting out of wrestling that I'm not getting. Because I don't like the storylines and all that stuff. It's fine. It's good TV, but I'm more for the wrestling, man. I want good matches.
Yeah, definitely.
And that's what kills it now is they'll give you a storyline, but then you'll have an anticlimactic match, and there's no payoff.
Yeah, it doesn't do it any justice.
Hey, you're not in the closet tonight.
No, I was already downstairs doing some packing and shit. My laptop was down here because I'm revamping my eBay store. So I just said fuck it and went ahead and just got my headphones.
So, so I have a question for both of y'all. Where the hell is Corey?
Yeah.
I seen him in the chat earlier.
Yeah, he was in the chat. I saw him.
I know he's got some input on this wrestling stuff. Where is his ass at?
But my other favorite person in AEW right now is Jungle Boy. And
I'm hit and miss on Jungle Boy.
Well, I love Jungle Boy because for real, when his music hits, my son goes nuts.
I knew Ben Grimm would know what's up with that. Yeah, those matches.
And what's the guy with the dinosaur mask's name?
Luchasaurus.
Luchasaurus. Yeah.
And they also
my son loves that shit.
Well, they got a guy that used to come out with him all the time. It's this little motherfucker named Marco Stunt, and I can't.
Yeah, he still does. He came out there. Is he a wrestler?
Yeah, and he shouldn't be.
Tina was asking me because I was watching. I think it was when I was watching Dynamite.
So let me ask you this: when she asked you, did she look at you and she said, "Who's that little motherfucker?"
Yeah, she said, "Who is that little kid with them or something?" And I was like, "I don't know." I was like, "I don't really know anything yet."
Is he like Hornswoggle, like how he was back in the day?
Hornswoggle was bigger than this guy, I think.
Oh, never mind. Jeez.
But yeah, that was
Marco Stunt looks like he was like a human that was like someone who was supposed to be human, but something happened in the rejection process and it spit out him.
He just looks like a little kid. Like he literally looks like a little boy.
There he is.
Wake me out of my slumber.
Yeah,
yeah, man.
The sleeping giant.
So we were talking about the AEW and the Kenny Omega and Bryan Danielson match. What do you think of that?
I haven't watched it. I haven't watched anything for like 2 weeks. So
that's because you're in Halloween mode.
Kind of, yeah.
So how's that going to go? Like, you think you're going to be able to get that done? The 31 days of watching or reviews?
No, I changed it up. We're doing 5 late night weekend live commentaries. So, which your ass better be at the Demon Win one. So
when is that one?
Like the fourth weekend of the month. So
I'll be there.
Or be square. So yeah.
So But yeah, working on other things outside in my personal life too. So
That's what's
been
up,
a little
man.
busy.
Me too. Super busy.
But yeah, you were talking Grubhub earlier. I had a $25 order this weekend.
I wish I still got those.
Most of mine are over 10 every time. So
See, mine like the
That's
lowest
how
I
it
used to
started
get.
here.
Yeah, the lowest I used to get was 9,
yeah.
and then like now I'm getting like $7 orders, and I'm like, what the fuck's going on?
What's your theory on that? Like, why is it going so bad now? Because it was good before. I remember when we first started.
It's
Probably-
oversaturated.
It's probably people not tipping as much, honestly.
Yeah,
Oh,
that too.
And I would actually,
People don't have as much free money anymore. So
Dan, I would actually prefer him to go by just Jack Perry or come up with something else because I hate the Jungle Boy thing. It doesn't make sense. Like, he didn't even come from the fucking jungle. You're Luke Perry's kid. He didn't ever live in the jungle.
I think a lot of those guys, they had so many guys when they started, they had to use a bunch of unproven talent, really, I feel like. And now they've really filled that roster out with some heavy hitters. So a lot of the guys that aren't pulling their weight are going to be gone. And people like Jungle Boy, those characters are going to evolve eventually to be probably more attitude era type characters because they're kind of going that route. You hear a lot of language on the show. And
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. It's got
as
that
long as they
vibe.
don't change his music.
So are we all in agreement that Jericho sucks?
I don't agree
Yeah,
with that.
I don't think that.
I wouldn't say that.
I'm harsh on him because of just how he is now. But like his New Japan stuff he did, dude, my nose is like, I don't know what the fuck's going on with it. It just will not stop itching.
I love how everyone talks about how fat Jericho is. I'd kill to look like that right now.
Me too.
I was actually looking at him the other day, and I was thinking he's not as fat as everyone says he is.
No,
His chest is a little saggy, but
Well, he has that issue because he had a kind of an issue with a pectoral surgery. So
Ben says he has fat abs.
well, I'll take fat abs. Fuck it.
he just looks like all the other wrestlers when they get older, and they're
You do know.
I was
that,
going to say he is over 50 too. Got to
he
remember
is,
that.
I think he is doing the painted on abs though. I think someone did say that.
Yeah, well, he's got enough built up credibility for me to still.
give him
The
that.
dude's like over 50, and I've seen him doing lion salts recently. So, I mean, that's pretty.
I know y'all aren't watching the G1 right now or haven't caught up on any of that, but there was a huge injury in the G1 that's actually disappointed me a lot. You know who this is, Corey. Tetsuya Naito was injured in like his second match, so he had to forfeit. So like every match that he had in the tournament is a forfeit win for whoever faced him.
Well, it's rough.
sucks.
But he's one of the guys you probably like. He's got
Are any of the AEW guys in that G1?
not this year. There's a big problem in with New Japan right now because of the COVID
I
restrictions.
wondered if that was going to be an issue. I'm surprised some of those guys from Japan have been over here.
Well, that's the reason. Like people like Jay White and Juice Robinson. That's the reason they haven't gone back yet. Is because Japan's quarantine is just too fucking long. So they're that's where they got issues with it. Because I think they still make you quarantine for like damn near a month.
Jeez.
Yeah.
It's something insane, but like, and the thing is they have to do it like with every trip. So if they want to travel back and forth every time, quarantine for this amount of time, quarantine for this amount of time. So
Yeah.
Other than that, man, the G1, watching that, I watched Raw, which I'll tell you this, Raw was so shitty to me. You want to know how fast I watch Raw skimming through it? 15
That's
minutes.
all I do. I skim through it. I can't.
15 minutes is all it took me to skim through
2
Raw
hours.
because nothing looked interesting.
3 hours. Yeah.
Yeah, I wasn't asleep, honestly. I was just kind of watching you guys, and you guys brought up Big E. his main event run is almost too little, too late for me. Like that should have been three or 4 years ago. Honestly,
Right? Yeah, it's WWE in a nutshell. There.
yeah.
So what are they gonna do to like compete? Or are they just gonna keep putting out the same shit product?
They're gonna have to stop being so PG, which they hint towards it with, I think Bobby Lashley on the pay-per-view saying this it's bullshit or something. But
I think that's mine, Jamie. By the way, I just heard it earlier.
It's me. I'm sorry. I'm not gonna let you take the fall for that, Corey. It's me.
Oh, was it?
See, this whole thing is kind of bittersweet for me because I enjoy AEW, so I have a weekly wrestling thing to look forward to now. And New Japan, I love just pretty much everything that they do. But like, I almost hate WWE now, and I hate that because it's what I grew up with. It was always the king.
Did you guys see the rumor that Disney was going to buy WWE within a couple of years?
Oh,
I heard that.
I did.
Jesus.
They fucking own everything else.
I was expecting it to be like, if they're going to sell, I was thinking NBC, but yeah. I don't have much faith in either one buying it, honestly. But
if I'm telling you right now, if Disney buys WWE, that's the death of WWE for me. That's when WWE will die for me. I won't watch it anymore.
I mean, they own part of UFC.
What?
Do they really?
Yeah, that's news to me. I didn't know that.
Yeah, I mean, they have all the TV rights and everything.
It's weird.
So what? We're eventually going to have a UFC fight of one of the Disney characters versus John Jones.
Did you hear about what happened with John Jones?
Something about he had an assault charge, like right
Yeah,
after
he
getting
fucking
inducted.
beat some lady up.
What?
beat a lady
He
up?
beat up a lady?
Yeah, he put his hands on a lady.
He's the heavyweight champion in UFC, and he beats up some chick.
He's just a shit person, man. What a waste of fucking talent.
Let me ask you this: is he the greatest fuck up of all time?
Yeah, he really is because
he's the biggest waste.
He's the greatest MMA fighter ever, and he is a piece of shit. And he cannot stay. He can't either stay out of trouble or stay off fucking drugs.
Yeah.
But what's crazy is Daniel Cormier is probably having a field day with this because he hated that dude more than anyone, and he has a good reason.
I don't think Daniel Cormier roots against him like that, man. Daniel Cormier is a pretty good dude.
I think Daniel Cormier, a lot of his issues was the fact that he was so fucked up all the time that they couldn't have this great rivalry.
And he fucked up their matches.
Yeah.
Yeah. How many times did they have a fight set up? Daniel Cormier had a great training camp, and then guess what? Oh, well, we can't have the fight because of this.
Didn't Cormier win didn't he win the title on an interim because of that?
Yeah.
I think so.
He did.
So, yeah.
And every time John Jones would come back and take it back from him.
Speaking of UFC, we had the return of Nick Diaz. Did y'all see
short
that?
I didn't see
return of Nick Diaz.
I've seen the build up for it.
He
looked good, but you could tell his heart wasn't in it, man.
I don't know that it was that or if it was just ring rust, man. Because he looked good, but at the same time he didn't. Like
him and Lawler were going at it, and then Lawler hit him with that one big punch, and he was just like, fuck this. And he sat down. He was like, I'm done. I'm good. I got in a fight like that one time in high school. Some dude punched me in the nose, and I was like, all right, man. I was like, you win. I'll let you win, dude.
I can't sleep without it actually going off.
That's actually how I was tonight with that lady when she came out there waving me down. I just submitted. I was like, all right, you're right. I know. I'm wrong. I fucked up.
Yeah. I was excited to see him fight again. And he, like I said, he looked good, man. They were throwing punches. They were going at it. And then Robbie hit him with that big right hand, and he was like,
So, Dustin, what do you think about this?
Yeah, I did. I saw that. I was confused. Again, I don't know too much about the storylines, but I was confused as to why they were even out there. But
I'm gonna tell you this: when it comes to AEW, don't bother getting too invested in a storyline unless it's one of the main guys, because most of the time they get abandoned halfway into fucking them doing anything.
See, that's my argument against their we're not going to have writers thing. I think you need someone that's going to keep all that shit on track. You know what I mean? And I'm not saying like
that's
script.
the one thing I've had an issue with.
I'm not saying script everything they say, but you got to have like someone there keeping all that shit in order.
Jericho was on a podcast. Jericho was on a podcast saying that they know what they're going to do from week to week to week. That when he was in WWE, they used to tear shit up like minutes before a show would start. And AEW, they had their shit planned out by week. But I don't know. I've only been watching for a week, so I don't know.
I know. Everybody likes to shit on my good buddy Vince Russo.
Oh yeah, what Dan?
But back in the day, man, when he was there, say what you will, people cared about fucking Hardcore Holly back then.
Yeah,
you know, I mean, top to bottom, everyone had some kind of storyline that it played out.
Yeah.
So
can I ask this question? I was watching AEW Dynamite, and am I supposed to like Cody Rhodes or not? What the freak happened with that match?
I think a lot of people had that same sentiment. That's what I've gathered, anyways. From
I'll tell you what doesn't make any fucking sense. Aleister Black is supposed to be scary and evil, and he's supposed to be a bad guy, but everybody fucking loves him.
Yeah, exactly. I was like digging that guy more than Cody Rhodes. What's he supposed to be, anyways? Is he like the American Nightmare? What the hell is that?
Cody Rhodes used to be great, man.
That's what I'm saying. Last time I seen him, he was like a top dog there, I thought.
Now that he's like, he needs to learn from what the Young Bucks did. The Young Bucks like started acting kooky and how they kind of used to do with the weird shit.
Let's talk about the Young Bucks. Let's talk about that fucking weird double kiss on the cheek thing that they did. I was like, what in the fuck is that?
I love Nick Jackson coming out with his weird fucking facial hair and his well-kempt dyed hair with their funny little headbands.
I was so thrown off by that. I was just like, what is this? What are they doing? This is might be the weirdest thing I've ever seen in wrestling.
but it was not. I mean, you can't say you weren't entertained by it.
I mean, no.
I wasn't expecting it.
I would totally do something like that if they were like, hey, look, this is what we're going to do, okay? You're going to hold the guy in a crossface, and then you're going to both kiss me on the cheek and then kick him in the face.
Well, and it's funny, too, because from the moment their fucking entrance starts, it's just goofy, man. They come out with that weird walking shit where they're like...
Yeah.
It's just... But I mean, that's like Young Bucks used to be like that. Like they were a little different in New Japan, but they would still be kind of like goofy. Like in New Japan, they were very talkative during their matches. Like in the middle of like getting ready to do a move, like before he super kicks him or something, he'd be like, "You're dead," and kick the shit out of him.
And is it FTR or is it FRT? That group that
FTR.
Yeah, it's fart.
Fart. I only remembered it because they had like an NWO looking logo, but it had their initials, and I thought it was pretty cool. And like the Sting and Darby Allin match. What do you think of that? The little tag match they had on Dynamite, I think it was.
That was the main event, wasn't it?
There's your explanation of Cody Rhodes right there, Dustin.
Yeah.
Ben Grimm.
Okay.
Would you pop up that Ben's comment from before about Brian? See, that's cool that he likes that fact, but there has to be someone pulling the strings. There's got to be like someone that's the boss. You can't have all the guys telling you what you want to telling you what they want to do, and then you go with that.
Oh, look who jumped in the chat. No, he says no one needs to learn from the Young Bucks.
No.
I love the picture, by the way, Mr. Myers. His little thumbnail's awesome. It looks just like him, by the way. I work with this guy, so we're all the time talking wrestling and such.
Yeah, the Bucks suck.
So what do you think of Orange Cassidy, Dustin? Have you seen any of him yet?
I don't think so.
He's the guy that comes out with his hands in his pockets and he's wearing glasses.
You think he'll get his head shaved?
Seen him yet? Oh no, I did see that. They were talking about I think they just ran a promo and that was it though. I didn't see him.
Matt Hardy wants to shave his head. Like broke his nose.
Yeah.
You know what?
Yeah,
what?
Matt Hardy was like, I'm gonna put a hair match on the line for this guy.
Actually, this dude David right here said the only thing he wants to see from Matt Hardy. I'm paraphrasing here, but basically, he wants all the versions of Matt Hardy to have a match in the ring together, and then the ring explodes, so we never have to see any of them again. Because Matt Hardy fucking sucks.
Nah, because he had that little run where he was like a big deal when he was doing the broken Matt Hardy thing. I don't know if he's still doing that or what happened.
Look,
with that.
I agree with David here. He says every day Matt Hardy should wake up and call Jeff and thank him for all of his success and all of his money and fortune, because he wouldn't have any of it without Jeff.
Yeah, I agree with that. Jeff was definitely the better wrestler.
The better Hardy.
Better Hardy brother for sure.
That's another dude though that almost fucked himself out of a career with all the dumb shit he did.
I know what Lawrence's favorite Hardy theme was, though. It's his version 1 theme in WWE. I mean, he's like, I could slap a tornado.
I don't remember that.
You got to look it up. It's funny.
I need to look that up.
It starts out as like, da-da-da-da-da-da.
That Jeff Hardy Undertaker match on Raw is still like one of my top matches ever.
It's funny because he had one of the worst matches with Sting.
That's because he was on fucking. That's because he was high out of his mind.
I tell you when one of the times when Matt Hardy was at his hottest was when the whole Edge Lita thing went down.
Yeah, that was good.
And then when he came back and had that run with Edge, I mean, everyone was behind him on that.
I remember I liked the version 1 stuff for all of 3 seconds. And then I slowly realized, I was like, okay, this is pretty lame. What do y'all know they released a WWE figure of Shawn Michaels bald?
Yeah.
Who the fuck wants that?
I don't know.
Who wants a bald Shawn Michaels figure?
I didn't know if that was real.
I
think I saw that on TikTok. I didn't know if that was real or not. I thought it was fake.
I mean, I'm pretty sure there's no kid out there. He's like, oh, Dad, I want the Shawn Michaels figure. Oh, okay, son. If he brought him home the bald one, he'd be disappointed. He'd be like, this isn't Shawn Michaels. Who is this?
He was always bald, and he had the Baron Corbin thing going on for the longest. Yeah, that's why he wore that cowboy hat for all those years.
He was better off than Baron Corbin, but he was losing it for sure.
I mean, he's got money. Why didn't he just go get plugs?
I don't know. Did you guys talk at all about the whole Owen Hart thing?
No, we didn't. Actually, we want to touch on that. That could be your topic, Corey, since we're not supposed to come with a topic here.
It's so funny, man, because I used to fucking hate Martha Hart. I would be pissed at her for like keeping Owen Hart out of like the Hall of Fame and shit. And man, I am totally on her side, especially after that Dark Side of the Ring. But I just think it's cool now that she's like, and I'm sure again another good reason to thank Jericho, because I'm sure he kind of facilitated that whole AEW and Martha Hart connection. So it's cool that they're going to be able to celebrate Owen Hart, and because no one has for years. So
I've been seeing clips of that.
I haven't seen it yet, Ben, but I do plan to watch it probably tomorrow. I wanted to actually watch it before this episode so I could talk about it, but I just didn't get around to it. And,
there's tons of clips on it.
David there. I agree with David. We do not accept HBK and the Bald Brethren.
It's that Canyon Dark Side of the Ring is really good. I got a prediction though for that first Owen Hart Cup. I think Brian Pillman Jr. wins it.
Really?
What do y'all think of him, Brian Pillman Jr.?
He just needs more time. I think he's better than he used to be. He's looks athletic. He's a big dude. I think he's got a chance to be a big star. But
I think he will be, because he like you said, he has the look. He's just got to find his Well, two things have to happen. He needs to find a good finisher because it's important for all wrestlers to have a good finisher that people look forward to and want to see. And other than that, man, he just needs to get the mic skills a little bit up.
I think he'll get there. You know, his dad wasn't like, I mean, he was good and did stuff, but he really came into his own when he came up with that loose cannon gimmick. And you know, he's just got to find the right character.
All right, so I'm gonna change subjects just briefly here. We can go back to wrestling if y'all like, but I have to ask this before I forget it. So at my work, I had a debate going on with the famous Sean, the one you all love, and this debate was we were talking about what we think is the most recognizable like theme of all time, like something that is worldwide, like worldwide recognition, not just U.S. And the first thing he came at me with was the good, the bad, and the ugly theme. You know, the one that most Americans, I told him, I was like, in America it's probably recognized, but I don't know about worldwide. But then somebody they broke it down and they said Star Wars. I think, and I gotta agree. Can you think of anything that'd be more worldwide recognized than Star Wars?
I think the Jaws theme.
Ooh, that's a good one.
Yeah, I don't know. I agreed with you on the Star Wars.
You think even worldwide for Jaws?
Yeah. There's water everywhere.
That's true. That's a good one, man.
Well, Corey, I said 007, but Greg disagreed with me because the kids thing. I mean,
yeah, see, that's the big factor you got to throw in is the kids.
And would kids know what Jaws is? I mean, it came out.
I'm telling you, man. I think every kid that's ever had like a toy shark does that theme when they're playing with it in water or something. I bet they do. So.
Not now, though. Now they go do 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 do.
Oh yeah, you know.
Yeah.
Did the shark kill the fucking Jaws theme?
It ruined it. Man.
That's what my kid does when he gets a shark in his hand now.
Jurassic Park is not a bad one either, Ben. But I think some people might hear that and be like, "Ooh, what's that? I know what that's from. What is that? I've heard that before," and not be able to nail it. I think they'd have to think about it. But with Star Wars.
Greg, we had it wrong. Harry Potter. Because as soon as you hear that Harry Potter theme, then you automatically.
No, because I don't know the Harry Potter theme.
Yeah, I don't even know what it is.
So, no, and I like those movies, and I don't know it.
All right, well, never mind then.
That's right.
You're not very good at this, Lawrence.
Because it's like, the kids have to know it too, so it's got to be everyone in the world.
Lawrence always has to come with that weird stuff.
Well, you like Corey made a good one with the Jaws, because Jaws still comes on TV regular, and a kid will still probably see that on TV, especially during Shark Week, dude. During Shark Week, Jaws always comes on. The Addams Family is a good one. I can't. But the question is it worldwide? Was Addams Family a worldwide phenomenon?
I'm not sure.
So, I guess, yeah, Star Wars is, I mean, Dustin's playing with a Star Wars toy right now. Come on. He's wearing a Star Wars shirt.
Yeah, I am.
Speaking of which, we had another debate on one of the Dashing with Gregs. Whenever people see that character on your shirt right there, Dustin, do they call him Grogu or do they call him Baby Yoda?
They call him Baby Yoda.
That's what me and Lawrence said. Everybody knows him as Baby Yoda.
That's because he was that's what he was first known as. So
like, even though we know his name now, everyone still calls him Baby Yoda.
And they were going to.
Yeah,
I don't think it's that big a deal.
Yeah, but Jaws is a good one, man. I think that one kind of rivals Star Wars a little bit. I think that's the closest one. Sean did mention one that's a good one. He said the Disney theme. You know, the one that plays at the beginning of every movie. Whenever the
I'm sure
the fireworks above the
kids
castle.
definitely recognize that.
So that's a good one too. But
did anyone mention Mario? The Super Mario thing?
Mario is another good one. That's Mario.
A good one.
A lot of people recognize that. That's what we should. I would say that's one of the top 10s we should have did is just top 10 themes of all time of everything, not just wrestling. That would have been a good one.
No, the
So
most recognized theme is Stone Cold's theme with the words. Singer.
That's Corey's, man. The Disturb. Speaking of which, Lawrence, I the only copyright strikes I got on that episode was stuff that you shared. Every
It's all
time.
right,
But we already knew that was going to happen.
We already knew it was going to happen.
Because he played that one for like 10 minutes, whatever.
Yeah. Everybody played their theme for like 15 to 20 seconds, and Lawrence played his through its whole entire commentary.
Was it the Big Show theme? That would be just perfect. If it was the Big Show theme that I played for 10 minutes.
I forget.
I mean, one of them he played so long he got up and was dancing to it. So I don't know.
I know one of them that got flagged was The Rock, and I think the other one was what the fuck was it?
You should have known The Rock would get us in trouble, dude.
It was one that wasn't even that good. I remember that, the second one.
I don't remember.
I'll tell you what, though. If we redid that list right now, Roman Reigns' theme would be somewhere on mine, his new one. Because I love it.
Kind of switching subjects. Corey, you mentioned you're doing a Halloween special this month coming up. Like, so you're going to watch a movie every day of the month? Or was it
I try to do that. It's like I said, I got some things going on, so it may be a little busy for me to do that. I try to do that every year, though. And I've been watching some stuff already, though. I watched a movie called From a Whisper to a Scream last night, which is it's kind of an anthology movie. Vincent Price is in the wraparound story on that one. It was a good watch. And I watched Candyman for the second time tonight. And I know Dan hates that movie, but there's something about that movie I like a lot. So
I still haven't seen it. I plan to watch it.
Yeah, I got to watch
soon.
that one.
That's the new one.
yeah.
I need to watch both, actually.
You've never seen the original?
A long time ago. I need to rewatch it.
Ben with Orange Cassidy, I like it. I like it for him. I think it fits him. I hate Wild Thing for Moxley. I fucking despise it. Actually, I wish they could just use his New Japan theme. And even though it's the good version of Wild Thing from,
he's like the fucking Rick Vaughn character. I don't know, something about it fits, and I like it.
I don't
Probably
like
because he
it,
comes
man.
out with like a vest on.
Yeah.
See, this is what I was talking about. David says we could do an entire podcast before Roman gets to the ring.
Yeah.
But I don't really care for Jungle Boys neither. I mean, it's fine, but I know.
I think
Dustin's
I just
son
like-
was it.
Yeah, I just like it because it comes on and he's like, yeah.
Is it like every time it comes on?
Yeah, I don't know because I started to watch AEW whenever CM Punk came back, and I watched that, and then I think Jungle Boy had a match, and I had my son was in the living room, and he like stopped and watched because the guy with the dinosaur mask, and then now every time the music hits, he's like, yeah.
Okay, so Lawrence, Ben brought up Ruby Soho, and maybe you have some thoughts on that.
I did want to say I do like her theme because I'm a big Rancid fan. So
I love her theme, but that's the only thing I like about her.
And Rancid is a big fan of wrestling. If y'all didn't
I
know
mean, she
that.
puts on some good matches, man, but what do you not like about her?
I don't know, man. She
I
just
bet
doesn't
she
interest
doesn't
me.
But you already mentioned that you don't dig the women's matches all that well, but I thought she put on a good one with Brett Baker.
Like, I love the Britt Baker stuff.
Yeah, the Britt Baker.
I don't even fast forward through her shit. So.
you know why Greg doesn't like her. I want to spoil everyone watching
Oh, here we go.
expectations. They didn't realize when Greg's not on the stream, he's always wearing a Beetlejuice suit too. So.
Yeah, it's in the closet right next to my Viscera baby suit.
Yeah.
Oh man.
She stole his gimmick.
That's what you wrote, yeah.
So, like, David touched on Roman Reigns' entrance being so long. I actually was looking for like a long version of that to just let it play on YouTube. It was like a 30-minute version of nothing but Roman Reigns music, but it actually only plays 3 times.
Oh, I got a little wrestling news, or at least something wrestling related that I'm going to do here in January.
Okay.
St. Louis is hosting the Royal Rumble, so I'm going to go to that shit.
Ooh, I'm so jealous.
Me too.
Because I want to see a Royal Rumble live so
Yeah,
bad.
I'm excited.
They've done it in New Orleans a couple times.
Does AEW have an equivalent to something like that, or
Not really.
like how WCW had War Games?
I do think heel fits her better, Dan. But you know what, Dan? I'm going to have to call you out, man. I'm going to say, if you have a type, if I had to predict your type, I'm pretty sure Ruby Soho would be somewhere in that list.
Dan
So no
likes unique
questions why you
women.
like her.
She got a little Fairuza Balk look to her. So
They really don't, Dan. They don't know how to book unique at all. I mean, they had fucking Finn out there growling as the demon. Like a dog.
That's
okay,
like you said earlier.
here's a question.
Go ahead.
Kevin Owens' contract is up in January. Is he AEW bound in January?
God, I hope so.
He might go
Probably.
Impact, but yeah.
He's another wasted talent over there.
Look what they did to AJ Styles, dude. Remember
Yeah,
I was
when is
watching
his contract up? Because that's who I want to see leave there.
AJ's not going anywhere. I don't think he's going to ride out his because he's one guy they haven't treated shitty.
I mean, he's a tag team wrestler now, though.
Yeah.
Yeah, but he's fucking my age. He's 44.
He's still interesting, though, even as a tag wrestler.
Yeah.
Like, I love watching AJ wrestle just because he's the...
Yeah,
he's
soccer mom hair.
Oh, there's that. And he's just like, everything he does, you can tell that he's like a complete professional. Like, he sells good. His moves look good. Nothing he does looks bad.
So they're still TNA.
Yeah, they cross-promote with AEW.
Ah.
That's where they're sending Braun Strowman, huh?
So where do you watch TNA at?
On that site that I gave you. Or,
Oh,
I mean, honestly, I don't
give away all the
even know.
secrets, Greg?
I don't know what station it comes on, dude. That's where I watch it.
Yeah.
I didn't even know that was still
Yeah.
around.
I enjoy TNA more than I do WWE.
It's amazing that they've lasted all those years.
It's because of
I remember they
Callis,
used
man.
to just do when they first started. They were just pretty much doing like Saturday pay-per-views for like $10.
Here's something about Don Callis. Can we get him to button up a few more of those buttons on that shirt? Does he have to have it unbuttoned all the way down to his waist?
Like it's very few times in life you're going to see a man as sexy as Don Callis on TV all the time. All right, so you need to cherish that.
You know what? They also need to invest in him in a couple more suits because he's either in the pink one or the blue one every time. Like, can you get a couple more colors?
You know who he kind of reminds me of because of how loud he is? Like, he reminds me a little bit of Heenan with his loudness,
Yeah.
like as a manager. But,
Who do you think the best manager of all time was?
ooh, best manager of all time? That's tough.
Stacy Keibler.
I was gonna say Deborah, but yeah. Stacey.
My
Deborah.
favorite one.
Deborah.
I can tell you who it's not is Virgil.
No, it's hard to argue against Heenan, honestly.
It really is. The only argument you can make that might be there is Jimmy Hart.
Yeah. You know, one I always liked, and he's not underrated, I don't think, but a lot of people wouldn't say he's their favorite. I always loved Mr. Fuji.
Yeah, I was just about to say that. Yeah, Mr. Fuji was great. Because
I mean, Paul Heyman is pretty awesome.
Paul
Yeah,
Heyman is
he's
good.
had a long career, still doing it.
Who did Fuji manage?
Yokozuna, the Orient Express.
Demolition,
Yeah, Demolition.
a lot of guys.
Look, Dustin's hair has like mutated during the show.
Because I'm always fucking with it.
Also, guys in the chat, if you want to contribute soon, we'll be starting a GoFundMe for new headphones for Dustin. So.
Most definitely.
It's because I used I used to have the iPhone headphone. I need to find the ones that have the actual plug.
Just buy like a
to Five Below, baby.
Hey Dustin, don't feel too bad. I got to get a GoFundMe for my smoke detectors.
Yeah, you do.
Get you one of them 10-year ones. I should have known it wasn't mine. I bought like the 10-year one like a year ago.
So why'd you confess to a crime you didn't commit?
I thought it was mine. Your shit was so loud when I was watching the show earlier. I thought it was mine.
Good point by David there. We can't leave out Cornette.
I like Cornette a lot.
Yeah, Cornette's definitely got to be in the mentions.
Well, let me ask you something, Corey. Do you like when Britt Baker does that thing? It's like the mandible claw. That's what it reminded me of, where she puts the glove on, her being a doctor.
I'm going to give you a hot take. I don't give a shit about Britt Baker. So,
do you at least think she's hot?
I don't, actually. I think her face looks weird.
Hey, never mind. Forget I brought it up.
Adam Cole could do better.
Some say that she's the bigger star, though.
I don't think so.
I forget who showed this to me recently, but they sent me a thing. They said if Britt Baker and Adam Cole have a baby, it'll be Adam Cole's baby.
Nice.
That's
it's
great.
like the worst joke, but it's so good.
She is kind of a butterface.
Yeah, there's just something about her, like, I don't know.
She kind of reminds me of Snooki, but I don't know if that's maybe the gimmick or...
She's got that, like, long horse face.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Corey, you hate horse face women.
Yeah. Fuck all horse faces.
Julia Roberts.
Julia Roberts, yeah.
That's what it is. Britt reminds Corey of a young Julia Roberts.
She's got a little more attractive Bailey face.
Oh, he's dissing on your girl Bailey. Lawrence.
Yeah, come on.
Oh, yeah, it was David. It was great.
Well, he probably will at some point.
So you must hate Sarah Jessica Parker, then.
Oh, hell he is. She's the worst.
Yeah.
I think she's just accepted it now. I think it's her whole thing. That horse face lady. But...
How drunk would you have to be able to sleep with that chick?
Who?
Sarah Jessica Parker.
I probably wouldn't have to be drunk.
She's not bad. It's not bad looking.
He didn't say he wouldn't fuck her. He just said he doesn't like horse-faced women. Bailey kind of looks manly. That doesn't surprise me, though, that she's Lawrence's favorite.
No, who looks manly is fucking... what's her... Becky Lynch looks manly to me. She has a man face.
Have you ever seen Charlotte Flair with her clothes off? She's the most manly.
She's got a man body.
She looks manlier than half the fucking WWE roster.
She does.
Yeah, Jericho has a hotter body.
I don't know.
What happened to her?
Becky Lynch looks hot as fuck.
She's
She's
You're
a
wrong.
fucking redhead. Like,
I don't like her face.
Y'all crazy. That bitch is fine as fuck.
Didn't we agree on this? Like we think she's kind of a butterface.
He found
That's a butterface.
He found a great picture of her, and that's like
Butterface. That's a butterface. Get the fuck out of here. You're crazy. And she's got red hair. Oh hell no!
Look at Charlotte Flair.
One of the best there is Sasha Banks, I think.
Sasha to me is the hottest, honestly.
And Corey, what's funny about that is like when she was there, I didn't care for her. When she came back on that Extreme Rules, yeah, she's like the best one there.
Yeah,
I got to change my opinion completely.
I actually terrorize a guy at work with her nudes, Dan. So we actually have a name for her titties. We call them freak tits.
It's just because she's so muscular. That's why.
No,
she
man,
looks
it's
like
because
that. I've seen
those hideous things.
Yeah, but China was mainly like that too, but she didn't have that going on back in the day.
she had a shit ton of work too, though.
Charlotte Flair looks like her daddy.
That's what I said when I first saw her. I was like, she looks too much like Rick. Yeah.
She her daddy's son for sure.
You know what, Dan? I'll take your word for it. I don't think I need to see any proof.
Oh, Hayden, what's going on, man?
Oh man, Hayden jumped in.
Still looking for Bree.
I wish that guy'd dump your ass in a van too.
Yeah, I've been following that.
You gotta
that
find him.
Polito thing. Gabby Polito.
Oh God, don't bring that shit up again.
Yeah, I don't want to, but damn,
If you're interested, go to Hayden's channel and you can find out all the details.
I'm not trying to ask him, Hayden, is it still going on? They're still looking for that Brian guy?
Yeah, Dog the Bounty Hunter's looking for him now.
What? This gets crazier every day. Like, what? My God, he's probably killed himself. There's no way he's there's no way this guy is just on the loose.
Oh yeah, Sasha Banks is definitely the hottest.
Even with the crazy blue hair, it just works.
Oh yeah, she fine.
She could use a little more in the upper section, but it still works for her. So
Isn't that CM Punk's wife?
no, his wife is like, to me, the hottest ever.
AJ Lee, isn't it?
Yeah,
Oh, AJ,
Lee.
yeah, that's right.
AJ was my favorite.
She was cool.
Nice.
You
I don't know,
what's
man.
weird is,
How do you top like mid '90s before she was all whacked out, Sunny?
I was crazy about Sunny.
I think everyone was, man. What happened to her though? Just
drugs and shit. Yeah.
Same thing that happens to lots of wrestlers.
Ben says Sasha's married to the Asian guy that makes all the outfits for the wrestlers.
Yeah. He's
I
on
heard
up,
she was-
up, down, down occasionally too. I think.
Oh, is he? Well, I guess we can. You said you wanted to keep this one short, Lawrence, so we can go and wrap this one up, man.
Well, I just wanted to say, did anyone watch any movies lately? I know Corey said his, but
No,
Dustin, no.
I haven't watched anything other than wrestling and
I've barely been
football.
able to watch TV.
Well, I had seen something as per recommended by Lauren, and it was Gidget, Corey. Where you brought
Oh,
that up.
shit.
So I did look up Gidget, and I did find it. It's a 1960 film. And I just got to say,
Why were you holding on to this? Where the fuck was this 20, 30 minutes ago?
I don't know. I just thought about it because we're talking wrestling. But
Yeah, because I told you, hey, let's wrap it up. Oh, well, hold on, guys. Let me tell you about this movie first.
And just if you guys can't, it's free. It's on
Every
Bing.
time. Every time.
So just type in
Bing.
on Bing.
It's on Bing, guys.
God
It's on
damn.
Bing.
Giving them the
No free
shout out for
ads.
tonight. But,
We are going to do a watch along next Monday. We're gonna do a watch along of Apocalypse Now because I have never seen it, and Lawrence thinks this is a crime. Any comments on that, Lawrence?
Yeah, you didn't watch Apocalypse Now. You have one assignment. And you didn't do it.
Which of the 72 cuts of the film are you watching?
It's a good point.
There's more
Just
than one
watch-
version.
There's
Oh, yes.
just like director's cut, final
Yeah,
redux.
there's a bunch.
Just like
Yeah.
Well, which version should we watch for the?
that's a good question, Corey. Which one's the one that's the best one where it just fades to black?
I honestly don't know. It's been a long time since I've watched any of that. I might actually watch it with you since I've got the 4K. I've never even put it in. So
Well, I'll tell you what. Since you have the 4K, whatever version that is a version we're gonna watch.
well, all of them are on it. I think like the final cut's like the main.
Son of a bitch, that doesn't help at all.
Hayden says best is final cut, so go with final
Holy
cut.
fuck,
yeah.
your hair
Listen
just
to
turned
him.
into Jim Carrey hair.
Yeah, Hayden, thank you.
Just watch the theatrical. All right, theatrical it is. I was going to tell someone to just comment in the comments. Tell us which
Well,
one.
he said the best is the final cut. So
I want to watch the
Just
best
watch the
version.
theatrical. Best is final cut. So you can watch either one. It's like 3 hours though. Oh shit.
I guess we're going to be doing a long stream that night. I also haven't seen Platoon, David. Lawrence thinks that's a crime also. I actually think that's a crime. I haven't seen that.
I think you'll like Platoon more because it's more conventional, but
Yeah, because for some reason you think that I hate artsy.
I feel like you do, man. I feel like it's gonna escape you and you're not gonna care.
I only
It's a
hate
3-hour
artsy when
movie.
it's you
It's
presenting
stupid
it.
to get it.
That's not what I'm saying. It's 3 hours long and one is like a pretty easier watch. And it's got Willem Dafoe in it.
So which are we? Should we go with the theatrical since it's only 1.5 hours? Opposed to the 3?
Why not?
I think 3 hours is
A little much.
eventually.
Huh?
Yeah, I'm gonna fall asleep probably. Well, all right. Also, everybody needs to be checking out Dashing with Greg. Honestly, I think it's our best podcast.
Yeah, we don't promote it enough, but we've gone back and thought about it. And Dash and Greg, I think you guys would like. If you like the stuff
like,
here, you'll
I
definitely
basically
like
end
Dash
up
and
watching
Greg's.
them as I'm putting everything together, and like every time I watch, I'm like, man, this is so good.
Not only
So-
that, it's the more unfiltered stuff. You don't got to worry about your wife waking up, you getting loud.
Yeah, I get loud. Lawrence knows that.
So it's just the more unfiltered random stuff that happens.
Basically,
But,
if you just want to see me get angry for about 3 to 4 hours, check those out because it's
Yep.
usually what ends up happening. Glad you like it, Hayden. Yeah, I love them, man. When I watch them back, I laugh my ass off. So I'm working on putting about 3 or 4 of them together. I'm gonna be uploading those on the Patreon soon before they go live on YouTube. So everyone can check those out if you want to hit us up with a Patreon subscribe.
Oh shit!
If not, just wait for them to come out on YouTube. Either or, still good stuff. But speaking of Patreon, I do want to go ahead and give a shout out to our Patreon subscribers here. So thanks to everyone who has subscribed to us. Helps us out paying for the StreamYard, which I heard possibly might be going up soon. I won't be happy about
Jesus.
that. We'll see. I think I read something on that, so because it's getting super popular.
Corey, you got anything you want to plug in?
Yeah, it's going to be a busy October over on the S'mores and Doors. Got a lot more movie stuff coming up. Some reviews. I might start doing some top tens of like all the top 10 movies of every year that I've been alive. Something like that. I've seen people do those before. And Saturday night, 11 p.m. Central, we'll be doing our first October commentary for the movie May by Lucky McKee. But Friday night, and also we'll have some readings with Rachel in October, and Lawrence is going to be a victim on one of those. So
Yeah, I'm donating
have
my
a-
soul.
Do you have to call him a victim?
yeah, well,
It's-
he's going to have a Ouija board reading by Rachel. So
That should be
So,
interesting.
Fingers crossed.
Conjure some weird shit up in his house.
This is where he finally comes out of the closet. I can't wait for it, actually.
Yeah.
His secret is going to be unveiled.
the
You know,
Friday.
if Lawrence would just come out of the closet, that'd probably be like our viral moment.
It's
That
our
would-
Stop with the viral, man. We're going to stay at 172 views.
No, we want to go. I'm trying to get that 1,000.
But also
I'm gonna
Friday
Ways to
night,
go.
Lawrence will be on the channel, and 10 of us will be eating this thing.
Yes, I got my chips in the mail, and I can't wait.
7 p.m. Central over there for that. So
Lawrence, get your trash can, your ice cubes, and your
I barely
carrots.
survived the last dab, so I'm excited about this.
It's because you poured half the fucking bottle on there.
Well, I'm gonna try to get some horror movies watched in October that I've never seen before. I'm also gonna revisit some, like Jess will appreciate this. I want to revisit a couple of the Nightmare on Elm Streets because it's been ages since I've seen them, especially the first couple. So I'm gonna watch those, and I'll probably do like small reviews on everything that I watched. They might only be like 5 to 10 minutes, but just giving my thoughts on it. So just keep tuning in. And of course, hit that like and subscribe button if you like our content and want to hear more. We're open to recommendations on anything. Just leave us comments. Any kind of feedback is good to us. But I got nothing else, guys. So until next time.
Slack off.
Slack off.